Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my current skincare routine, my evening skincare routine. So this one's a little bit more intensive than my AM skincare routine, and it's sort of like my self-care time of the day because with work and being a mom and running around, sometimes I don't really take a second for myself, but at night when I'm getting ready for bed, like this is my time. So it's kind of a lengthy process, but I just find it super relaxing, and I think it's important to take time to take care of yourself. So before we get into the video, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that commented on my last video. I was kind of nervous about posting it and I didn't really know what you guys would think. And the comments that you guys left were just amazing. And I read every single one and I recognized so many names, and you guys are just the best community and I just can't thank you enough. And the other thing I want to say before we get into this video, because I know none of us are living under a rock and there's a lot going on in our world right now. When things like this happen, I tend to get really anxious and really stressed out. Like right now I'm fidgeting just talking about it. So the way that I cope with that is really by trying to find the positive in it. And to me, the positive is seeing our country feel so united. I was honestly nervous about another election year because they just seem to just do so much damage to our country and our unity. But we are all united in fighting this common enemy. So I just want to say my heart goes out to any of you firsthand dealing with this. And just everyone trying to get through the day and live a normal life when we're living in very abnormal times. So maybe this whole skincare routine is something that you could try to implement to just get your mind off of things and help yourself relax, because I know it really helps me. Okay, so the first step for me is the Ultralight Cleansing Oil. And the way that I use this is I just put a pump or two on my hand and rub it into my hands and apply it all over my face. You don't want to wet your face or wet your hands. This is supposed to be used on a dry face with dry hands. And I just rub it around my face, make sure I really get in there and break apart the makeup that I'm wearing, especially if I was wearing a full coverage foundation and a major eye look. I spend a lot of time on this step and maybe add a little bit more when I get to the eye area. I like this step because I think it's really important to go ahead and remove all of your makeup before you go in with a cleanser, because otherwise you're just moving the makeup around on your skin rather than actually cleansing your bare skin. So this step, whether it's a oil like I use or a makeup wipe or Garnier micellar water, whatever your tool of choice is, I think the first step in any evening routine is just to get all of the grime and makeup and buildup of oil off of your face and start with a clean slate. My second step is cleansing, and I think CeraVe is the best cleanser that there is at the drugstore, so this is the one that I use. I've switched between the normal to dry skin and normal to oily skin depending on how my skin is feeling. If I have dry areas, if my skin's been really oily, it just depends on the month, honestly. So right now I'm using the normal to dry skin. I really like the consistency of this. It's a very milky, soft formula, and it doesn't feel stripping at all to the skin. So I use a pump or two of this, and again, I just really work that into my face. When you're washing your face, it's easy to just kind of want to do it and be done. But if you really take the time to massage it in and just kind of enjoy the process, as silly as that may sound, it can be really relaxing, and you do a better job of making sure you're getting into all those pores and not leaving anything behind. So after I cleanse, if I have any mascara left over, which I typically do, I'll go in with a cotton round and the oil-free eye makeup remover by Neutrogena. I've been using this for years and years, and I don't see myself ever switching. This just does such a great job of removing your eye makeup without forcing you to tug or pull at your eye. It's just a really gentle formula. So this just makes sure that all of my eye makeup is completely off. And then to make sure that all of my face makeup is also completely off, I use the Thayers Facial Toner Witch Hazel. This is the aloe vera formula. It's really soothing, it's really gentle, there's no alcohol in it, there's no fragrance in it. You have to make sure you get the unscented kind. If you don't like fragrance in your products, I personally don't in my skincare because I have really sensitive skin. So again, I just use a cotton round and do a once over on my face and make sure that there's nothing left behind. And usually there is a trace of makeup that comes off with this step, so that's why I continue doing it, and I think it's really important. After that, I'll go in with whatever serum that I'm using at the moment. For a long time, I was using a retinol. If you saw my last skincare video, that's what I was using. I love retinols. I think they do an amazing job for anti-aging, for acne, for for a lot of different reasons, but because I was pregnant and then breastfeeding, I couldn't use a retinol. So my dermatologist suggested that I use, and I know I'm gonna butcher this, Azelaic acid. This is by The Ordinary and it's suspension 10%, so it's a pretty strong formula. But this, and don't take my word for it, ask your doctor, ask your dermatologist, but my doctor and my dermatologist said that this was safe to use during pregnancy and breastfeeding, and it does a lot of similar things as a retinol. It's really good for brightening of the skin, things like acne scars and just aging spots that you don't necessarily want. It's actually a naturally occurring product. It's found in yeast naturally on the skin, so this is just taking a naturally derived ingredient and putting it in a bottle, which I find to be really refreshing because you know it's something that your skin can handle. It's also a natural antioxidant, so it's really good for acne. It'll kill the bacteria that is living on your skin and help prevent new bacteria from growing. This is a product you can use evening and morning. I just use it in the evening because it is pretty intense and I don't want to strip my skin, but I use it almost every night. After that, I use my all-time favorite moisturizer. I will be shocked if I ever switch from this moisturizer. Again, I've been using it since it came out and it's just the best in my opinion. It's the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Gel Cream, and don't tell him I told you, but my husband actually really likes this too. He was complaining about dry skin in the winter and I got him to try this and he's like, this is amazing. And it comes in two different formulas. It has the original formula and it also comes in this one. It says extra dry skin, which I don't have extra dry skin, but the original formula has fragrance to it and this one doesn't. So I would recommend the extra dry formula, the fragrance-free one, if you have really sensitive skin. But again, if you like a fragrance, the original smells pretty nice. This has the holy grail ingredient, hyaluronic acid, so it's really good for pulling moisture into your skin and just making sure you keep that moisture in all night long. And if I'm just really getting into it that night, I will go in with an oil. I really like this one by Good Molecules. It's a squalane oil, and I like it because it's really lightweight, so it doesn't leave your skin feeling greasy. So the way that I apply this is I put a couple of drops in the palm of my hand and then rub my hands together and warm it up. And then I just pat it into my skin and down my neck and chest. And again, this is found naturally in your skin, so this is just putting it in a bottle and giving you a little bit more. The next thing that I like to do is use an eye gel. I don't really have one at the moment that I'm loving, but I've been using this one by L'Oreal. It's the Age Perfect Hydra Nutrition Honey Eye Gel. I like it because it has these little roller balls on it that are really cooling and it just feels like you're getting a facial. This one's on the pricier side and I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it, but I have it, so I'm using it. And then my last step, I know you probably thought I would never get to my last step. Again, this is like a relaxing time for me. But my last step is this 24 karat gold collagen lip serum, and this is by Physicians Formula. It just comes in a little jar like this, and it's a really nice lip oil. I don't love the way that it's packaged because it's pretty messy. But I really like the way that it makes my lips feel. It feels like a mask that you're wearing overnight, and when you wake up in the morning, your lips feel really hydrated and renewed. So I put a good amount of this on. So that is everything, finally. Thank you so much for sticking around if you're still here. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Let me know what videos you guys want to see next in the comments down below. Everything I've mentioned is linked down below in the description box. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.